Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to present our paper entitled Entrepreneurial Education and Activity and its Effect on Poverty Alleviation in Times of COVID-19 Pandemic. We are going to talk about the following. We're going to talk about the variables. We're going to talk about our framework, our methodology, results and discussion, and conclusion and recommendation.
Okay, so to start off this research paper, uh, first off is our introduction. So there's an ongoing debate that discusses how entrepreneurship contributes to poverty alleviation. Entrepreneurship's role in poverty alleviation is a highly important topic in the management world. In the Philippine context, entrepreneurship is viewed as a tool to combat poverty as stated by Evangelista in 2013. So the current challenge for our country is taking advantage of entrepreneurship and utilizing it for social reforms. And alongside this, we have four research problems. First, what is the relationship of entrepreneurial activity and poverty alleviation during the COVID-19 pandemic? Second, what is the relationship of entrepreneurial education and poverty alleviation during the COVID-19 pandemic? Third, what is the effect of entrepreneurial activity on poverty alleviation during the COVID-19 pandemic? And fourth, what is the effect of entrepreneurial education on poverty alleviation during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Also important to note that the variables are the following. When you talk about entrepreneurial activity, it is recognized as responsible for increasing employment rates as per Ahmad and Seymour 2008. Education is a driving instrument in promoting entrepreneurial attitude as per Ahmad 2012. And these are recognized as strategic tool for addressing extreme poverty as per Estlin et al. 2016.
Okay, so moving on to our frameworks, we have our two independent variables, which is entrepreneurial activity and entrepreneurial education, connected to our dependent variable, which is poverty alleviation. So for entrepreneurial activity, we have three measures. First is using self-employment. Second is the utilization of business startups. And third is the use of GNI. Now, for entrepreneurial education, we have two measures, with the first being the practically oriented method, and second is the theoretically oriented method. Now, for poverty alleviation, we utilize four measures. First is the use of social class. Second is the use of poverty line. Third is the use of Human Development Index, or simply known as HDI. And fourth is the use of employment opportunity. And alongside this, we have four null hypotheses. The first is entrepreneurial activity has no positive relationship on poverty alleviation. Second is entrepreneurial education has no positive relationship on poverty alleviation. Third, entrepreneurial activity has no significant effect on poverty alleviation. And fourth, entrepreneurial education has no significant effect on poverty alleviation.
Now, for our research methodology, our research design will be or is quantitative, descriptive, correlational, and causal explanatory research. Our research locale is in Maginhawa Village, Quezon City, Philippines. We have a total of 33 MSME owners, and we made sure that they are still in operation despite the COVID-19 pandemic. They are all located again in Maginhawa Village, Quezon City, Philippines. We use a census. For the methods of data collection, we distributed an online survey questionnaire with 28 questions. And for methods of data analysis, we'll be using descriptive statistics, frequency, and percentage, Pearson correlation, linear regression, and the tool that we use for data analysis is Smart PLS 3.0. Now, to determine the construct reliability and validity, you can see table 1. Crodbach alpha of entrepreneurial activity, entrepreneurial education, and poverty alleviation are all above 0.7, and composite reliability of entrepreneurial activity, entrepreneurial education, and poverty alleviation are also above 0.7, which means that they are all reliable and valid. Now, for the results of our analysis, table 2 shows the Porter Likert criterion. So you could see the relationship between the variables. Entrepreneurial activity and poverty alleviation has 0.67, while entrepreneurial education and poverty alleviation has 0.60, which means that they have positive relationship. Table 3 shows the results of our T statistics and p-value. As you could see, the entrepreneurial activity on poverty alleviation as a result of T statistics of 4.05 and p-value of 0.01. Entrepreneurial education on poverty alleviation has T statistics of 2.11 and p-value of 0.03. And entrepreneurial activity and entrepreneurial education on poverty alleviation has T statistics of 8.82 and p-value of 0.01. So the T statistics are all above 1.96 and the p-value is all lower than 0.05, which means that the relationship are all significant.
Okay, so moving on to our discussion for the summary of our hypothesis. The first is entrepreneurial activity has no positive relationship on poverty alleviation. It got a correlation score of 0.67, which made us reject this. It actually showed a positive correlation, and it backs up the argument of Fairley in 2005 that stating that entrepreneurial activity creates wealth in society and that it increases, that increasing entrepreneurial activities would help alleviate one from poverty. Now, for our second hypothesis, which is entrepreneurial education has no positive relationship on poverty alleviation, it gave us a correlation score of 0.60, which made us reject because it actually showed a positive correlation, and we found out that entrepreneurial education is actually advantageous to society and that it provides theoretical knowledge to entrepreneurs. So for our third hypothesis, which is entrepreneurial activity has no significant effect on poverty alleviation, it got a p-value score of 0.01, which made us reject because it actually showed us a significant effect, and it backs up the argument of Fairley in 2005 once again that entrepreneurial activity is in charge of the creation of wealth in society and that it generates more income for the people. Sorry. So for our fourth hypothesis, which is entrepreneurial education has no significant effect on poverty alleviation, it gave us a p-value score of 0.03, which made us reject. It showed us a significant effect, and it backs up the argument of Honig in 2001, stating that entrepreneurial education may enhance a learner's capacity in positively responding to societal changes, and that this may be learned inside or outside school. So moving on to our recommendations, the group recommends that entrepreneurs must set out their businesses with the aim of helping the people around them. As an entrepreneur and owner of MSMEs, one should be able to have empathy and leadership towards managing people, according to Xiao. And with these at hand, as an entrepreneur, one should be able to have better judgment of opportunities, decisions, events, and people. Furthermore, the group recommends business students learn theoretical knowledge and practical methods as well to enhance their skills. Xiao also recommends learning how to listen to your intuition, as this is an important factor in making business decisions as well. The group also suggests that future researchers utilize different indicators in measuring poverty. The group made use of indicators from the Human Development Index, or simply known as HDI, for our survey, which measures the respondents' access to needs and standards of living. However, the group recommends making use of other indicators such as the Global Multidimensional Poverty Index and Legatum Prosperity Index, which consist of different factors and variables that will measure poverty as well. Furthermore, the group recommends that educational institutions further explore more methods that can highly contribute to the learning process of the students. The group also recommends that researchers think of more in-depth questions on how people who didn't necessarily take an undergraduate or postgraduate course on entrepreneurship were still able to learn entrepreneurship and build businesses, according to Xiao and his peers.
That ends our presentation. Once again, I'm Janelle Gia together with.
Jose Romana.
Thank you so much and have a great day, everyone.